Tastykake Postgame Show. Featuring an interview with a star of the game, highlights, scores, and statistics, plus a brief look at upcoming player action. And while you're enjoying the show, treat yourself to some great tasting Tastykake cakes, pies, and cookies. They're all the good things wrapped up in one. No. Back here at the Chicago Stadium, the one happy note, a Flyers sign, Go Flyers Go, and we thank our Philadelphia fans for that here in Chicago. Flyers lose 2-0, and our guest is Don Saleski, and an awful time to try to talk how well you've been playing lately off tonight. But I think it was a combination of the flu bug and an awfully good Chicago effort tonight for the 2-0 score.
Chicago really checks well, and they play that guy. They watch you on your wings and never leave you alone. They're check all the time. And besides that, you know, you don't want to make excuses, but we've got like a lot of awful sick guys on the team. There's Dorney and Clarkey and Jimmy Watson and some other guys have the flu real bad, and it's tough to get a good team effort when everyone's sick like that.
And of course, losing McIlhargey puts more pressure on the defense on that game misconduct. And then Dave going in the first period broke up the line with you and Kindrachuk that has been going so well of late.
Yeah, that's hard when you lose a couple of guys like that, and losing Jack, they were using the sixth defenseman, and then that hurts. You got to rotate 5 defensemen afterwards, and I thought that was the kind of call. Well, I guess you call it right. If the guy touches him, he's supposed to be kicked out of the game, but the refs are awful slow getting in there. I mean, if Davey's on top, they're jumping all over him. I can't figure out some of this stuff sometimes.
Bart, let's go to you. You've just continued to work, and the points go up, the goals go up, the penalty minutes are going down, and there's an exercise I see you do at practice on the road in the morning. After the team is done, you line up about 15 or 20 pucks in the circle, and you keep wristing the shots, and then as well you work with someone in the corner throwing you the puck, and you've been getting the shots off quicker, and you've been getting them on the net.
Yeah, well, I decided that I had to get some practice and get my shots away quicker because playing with he gives me the puck all the time, right on the spots there. And every game, I know that I'm going to get a couple chances from him because he passes the puck so well. And so I've been practicing as much as I can in practice because in a game you only have like 1 second to get that shot away. So I have to, get my rhythm and get the quickness, and I'm starting to develop it a little bit. But I have to practice it every day because if I leave it a couple days, I find that I lose it right away.
The other thing as well, we remember last year and early part of this year, you had a lot of good opportunities, but you'd be off net. And Mike Nikoluk suggested that you were trying to be too fine and hit for corners. He says the goal scorers don't do that. They fire on the net, and sooner or later the corners will come.
Yeah, that's what Reggie always tells me, too. He just says he shoots for the net, and he's, you keep hitting the net, and sooner or later you're just going to find yourself hitting the corners. And I know that still every time I shoot for a corner, I'm missing the net. So I try to concentrate on just making sure I get the puck on the net.
I thought that was true last night of that goal on the right wing when you beat Heron with a whistler, and in previous times, and last year that had gone wide to the right, and you'd have gotten your head down.
Yeah, I was just making sure I got it on the net, and, you get lucky once in a while.
Hey, no, but you've worked hard. Luck comes. Hey, I want to talk about something else. We haven't had you on. The Saleski family is growing in August.
Yeah, we're going to add on. I don't know how many, but we're going to add on. We're pretty happy about it.
The little bird.
Little bird, yeah.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you have in your mind already the boy?
I don't really have a name in mind. Naturally, I kind of hope for a boy, but...
And the wife for a girl?
No, I think she'd like a boy, too, so as long as it's healthy, we'll be happy.
All right, our guest is Don Saleski, and a good way to end, and Don, for being with us. First, we'd like to present you with a $200 gift certificate from Jack Lang, the 17 convenience stores throughout Delaware Valley. And when you're dressed in a Jack Lang outfit, you always look super. Plus, you get up with a Sony's 8FC 100 WAM-FM clock radio with Digimatic numerals, radio or buzzer alarm, push-button controls, and Sony's great sound. Remember, Don Saleski, it's not just a radio, it's a Sony. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene.
We'll go up to Don Earle now for a recap of this one, the complete National Hockey League scoreboard updated after the tasty break.
Tastykake. All the good things wrapped up in one.
Back upstairs here at Chicago Stadium, only a pair of goals to look at tonight as the Hawks shut out the Flyers 2-0. Ton of penalties set the stage for the first goal, which happened early in the second period. John Marks from Stan Mikita and Talon for Marks.
Back over Talon. He shoots it, and it just catches either the inside or Steph's pad.
And then in the third period, the insurance goal, J.P. Bordelow, his 9th goal of the year on a bullet from the top of the right face-off circle from Dale Talon.
Blazer, and probably the screen set up by Jimmy Watson might have just created the difference.
A good shot.
Chicago.
What do you do about those? Jimmy Watson stood up.
We talked about the heavy penalty load in that first period as Andy Van Helleman whistled a total of 2 minutes in penalties, and it included 2 game misconducts, both to the Flyers, 1 to Jack McIlhargey, 1 to Dave Schultz. That one followed Dave being whistled off along with Keith Magnuson for a minor, a fighting major, and a misconduct, a total of 17 minutes apiece at the 12:04 mark of the first period of play. And McIlhargey was assessed the game misconduct for being third man in that altercation, which occurred across the way in front of the Flyers bench. And again, that power play goal with 2 men in the box, DuPont for elbowing at 19:56 of the first period, and Dornhofer had already gone in the box seconds earlier for a holding, so it was a 2-man disadvantage, which set up what proved to be the game winner for Chicago tonight. And for Tony Esposito, he registers his 4th shutout of the year, and again, the Flyers suffer only their 2nd shutout of the entire year, the first one coming at the hands of the New York Islanders in their first meeting in Uniondale back in mid-October. Glenn Resch registering that first whitewashing over the Flyers. The shots by periods, 7, 14, and 14 for the Flyers, a game total of 35. Chicago, 14, 8, and 10 for a game total of 32. 2-0, Chicago the winner, and I'll be back to check the other scores, the out-of-town action, as we have them, along with the standings, and update the Flyers' top 5 scores, if you missed them last night, right after this tasty break.
Back in 1914, Tastykake became an
Producer Harlan Singer, for Gene Hart and Terry Crisp, this is Don Earle saying thanks for joining us. Once again, the final score, Chicago 2, the Flyers 0. Good night, everybody.
The Tastykake Postgame Show has been brought to you by Tastykake. Tastykake, bakers of more than 30 kinds of great tasting cakes, pies, and cookies. Be sure to tune in for the next Postgame